Hello, everyone, and welcome back. Once again, here with Jean.
We back.
We're back for lesson two. It's such a beautiful book, Wake Up, Grow Up, and Stop It. Jean Mitton's here. And the second lesson is quite profound. It goes, we all come to life with a purpose. Mine is a lifesaver. When sitting at my granny's knee, listening to her reading Albert Schweitzer's book, Labyrinth, I knew I was born to be a nurse, a lifesaver. Today, I save lives by planting seeds of goodness. Wow, lifesaver.
I'll
Yeah,
say that.
you're a nurse.
I'm a nurse.
Did you always know that you were going to be a
I
nurse?
always knew I was going to be a nurse.
Sure. So it was
From
just from day one, you read the book, quite a profound book. I haven't read it yet, but
yeah.
I know the author.
So he was a missionary doctor in up Africa somewhere, and he opened a hospital for leprosy patients
Okay.
and wrote a book. And
From
like,
his
yeah,
experiences there. And did that really touch a nerve?
yeah. Well, you don't want to know what happens in Africa with leprosy. When I was a kid. Yes, that's the
Well,
big nerve.
just a big nerve.
Yeah.
And for some reason, you just decided that was it. You were going to
I knew I was going to be a nurse
help people and save lives. You're a lifesaver.
and be a servant and a slave.
Sometimes nurses can be slaves,
We are
right?
slaves. Yep.
To that button that everyone pushes.
We are indeed slaves.
Yes. Did you? You're still a nurse. Have
Ah.
you always loved it? How did you get into it? Where did it start?
Okay, so I knew I was going to be a nurse. So when I was in matric, I applied at the Joburg Gen. Went and was interviewed by a matron. We had to do an aptitude test in those days. So if you filled in that form and you didn't make a nurse, you didn't have compassion and you didn't have empathy, they told you to go and become a bookkeeper.
Oh, wow.
So today they don't have aptitude tests. Anybody becomes a nurse.
Oh, interesting.
And therein lies the tale of what happens to professions.
Exactly. Yeah. So there was definitely a set of criteria that you
Set of
had to
criteria, yes.
fulfill in order to become a nurse. Well, nurses are, and especially when I was growing up, highly regarded. I mean, they were second to doctors.
They highly
So,
regarded, but they treated like slaves.
yes,
I'm afraid
it
that's what's
got worse and
happened.
worse.
Yeah.
Yes.
Teachers, policemen, nurses are the poorest paid in this country, and they should be the most paid. You got up one morning and decided we're going to pay them the least.
Absolutely.
Hmm.
Yeah. Well, we all know teachers deserve
Hmm.
20 times more than what
And
they get.
teachers actually they striked in. I don't know when. We were called to strike with them, but our
You were
civil
not
service not
allowed.
allowed to. No.
Yeah, because you got life-saving duties to fulfill.
Yeah.
Yes. But now you do different kind of life-saving. You call it
Planting seeds
seeds
of
of
goodness.
goodness.
Planting seeds of goodness.
What's
Yes.
that about?
That's about just being kind to the person standing next door to me, for whoever it is, whatever it is,
Yeah.
even the horrible ones.
Reminds me of the Dalai Lama when someone asked him what's his religion, and he said, "My religion is kindness."
Yes, and that's true.
It's so profound because,
It's in giving you get.
yeah,
It works.
yeah. Do you think it's lost? Do you think it's needed today?
Absolutely needed.
We can see on the roads, we can see people, they're just so angry, so frustrated. Just to calm down and just be kind to your neighbor, to your friends, to your family. A
We,
huge difference, eh?
we can't get that right because we're too busy worried about me, mama, now. So it becomes
Yes,
a problem.
it does become a huge problem, eh? So how do you go about planting seeds of goodness?
By just smiling at the person standing next to me. Maybe paying for his groceries if I've got the money. He's
Yeah,
only got a loaf of bread and probably a Coke. So
sometimes you just give
ah,
back in that way. Yeah, it's there's so much to just thinking about other people, isn't it?
yeah, we don't even notice the other people. That's part of the problem. We
Yeah.
truly don't. I ride past them. And we are in a world where it's just this all the time. So everybody's walking like this, but we don't even notice. I mean, I've picked people up and you don't know how far they've walked to where they're going to. Miles and miles and miles and miles.
Yeah.
Getting up at 3 a.m. in South Africa still. How many years post-apartheid? Still leaving up, getting up at 3 a.m. in the morning.
Wow. Leaving to go and work.
Yeah, because the taxi rank, the taxis are like they've got to stand in 5 blocks till they get to the taxi. So they're not sure what time they'll get to work.
You have to get there early.
They get there early.
Yeah. But we all fulfill that role that we have to play, and we all have to do what we have to do. I mean, it's is there a sense of higher purpose that we need to look out for, or do we just join the rat race?
No, I don't believe in joining the rat race. We are the rats for sure, but I don't believe in I don't believe in joining them.
Okay.
So for me, we've all got a purpose here, whatever that purpose is. I mean, that's a heart thing. It comes from your heart. You know, it's not a head thing. I don't want to. I mean, I don't can't add two and two together. So you make me a bookkeeper. Oh, I wonder what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So you have to listen to your heart, what you were born to do, and that is there.
Yeah, and having a sense of being and
Yes.
just being present.
The little boy next door to me. I mean, he is going to be. He's dyslexic, unfortunately, so he won't become a vet, but he'll become a vet's assistant. And he knows from a little boy. He's 10 and really battled at school, but he loves animals. That's what he's got to
Brilliant.
do.
He just knows,
He
eh?
just knows. He just
Yes.
knows.
Just like you knew that you were going to be a nurse.
Yeah. So if your mother's telling you no, you must go out there and earn some money, and your heart's saying no, I'm going to be a nurse, then you're in trouble.
Trouble or just listening to yourself, eh?
Yes.
Yes, just listening to
Just
yourself.
listening to yourself.
Yeah. So I think that's quite a nice flow from the first lesson was asking the question, who am I?
Yes.
And then the second part comes in like, okay, I need to find a sense of purpose.
Yes.
I need to know why I'm here. And that also doesn't take a second to know.
No, and I knew I was going to be a lifesaver then, and I was a lifesaver in the form of a nurse, okay?
Yeah.
But I'm also a lifesaver in just being kind to the person standing next door to me. They've probably never had a kind word for years.
Yes,
So,
yes, yes.
to leave them laughing, that's what you don't give out expecting to get back, but you get back anyway.
Yes. Well, that's also a sense of
Yes,
purpose, to be
yes.
present and to be feeling good
Absolutely, yes.
and kind and joyful.
Yep.
So how do people go about discovering their purpose?
It goes back to who am I? Who am I and what do I want? Two questions that are important for us all to ask.
Yes.
Who am I? What do I want? What do I really want?
And I just find that sometimes, most of the time, is that when people also ask, how can I serve? It becomes quite a purpose.
And it becomes quite scary when you're told what you're going to do.
Yes. But it's quite purposeful to understand that sense of I'm not alone.
No.
There's more than me, and my brothers and sisters need help,
Yes.
and that's also part of a purpose.
Yes.
Even if your purpose is to make billions of dollars, um, you also need to help people with that
Yes.
and not be selfish about it.
I mean, I often give a kid a sweet, and they're
Yeah.
very grateful. And then I give them the second one and say, "You've got to give this to somebody else." And
Oh,
their eyes look at you like, "What?
are you
I
sure?
can't have it." I say, "No, you've got to give it to somebody else." And then they run down the road and they give it to somebody else. If you teach kids when they're that high, they'll do it.
Spread the joy,
Mm.
spread the love,
Yep.
and it comes back. I know.
Comes right back. That's the whole thing. What we give out, we get back. When we give out misery, it comes right back.
Yeah, we'll get
Mm.
to that in other lessons. So that's great. So, once we know and on that path of finding out who we are and then falling into a sense of purpose,
Yeah.
whatever that is, whatever your heart leads you to, whatever the road takes you to, you can't force it, you can't push it.
No, and I just think now, if you look at the Western world, we're all stuck in African countries and moaning because of the migrants. Okay. But nobody actually has gone in the Albert Schweitzer went in the into Lamborghini, created the hospital, taught the people what to do, how to look after themselves. He didn't just moan because they were all migrating over the border. He went to the root cause
Yeah,
where it started, which I believe is what we've got to do on Earth.
we actually go and fix it and ride it to the cause.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not by, you don't fix them. Like I've got a hobo at the moment. I've had many hobos, but the one hobo insists on coming every day and calling me. Now I'm old and had it, as you can see, okay? So I wait for pension day, wait for salary day before I can give them something. But you can keep them stuck if
Mm,
you keep just giving without them doing anything in return.
yeah.
So somewhere you've got to teach them a lesson of, yeah, here's a cup of coffee. But guess what? There's a guy down the road there. Just go and give him these 2 rusks.
Yes.
And that works. Because
Mm.
it's no good just keeping people stuck either, because that doesn't work.
And that's amazing. Sharing as
Mm.
we go along, imparting some wisdom.
Yeah.
That's a true lifesaver.
Yeah. I've just had a guy now come to my gate to tell me he's going down, and I don't know where he is. So, hello, when you see this video, okay, remember me. He was going down to live with his sister because he'd had enough of Gauteng. A decent guy. He helped me change a puncture. He helped me look for my license card when I lost it. Never asked for a thing. And really, his life has just been changed by walking past my house. Not because of
Wow.
me, because of the small eye,
Yes, yes,
but because
yes.
of the spirit within me.
Yeah,
You know?
absolutely.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Wow. Okay.
So,
So begin that journey. Find a sense of purpose.
yep.
Find out how you can serve and be of good to other
Yeah.
people.
Life is not
And,
about us. We think it is. It's not about us. It's
and
about whose lives we touched while we are here.
yeah, and spread the love,
Yeah.
spread the joy.
Yep.
Just be freaking kind.
Yes, that's all you kind to be. Called to do, especially to that one, that
Exactly.
horrible one.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Jean.
Thanks,
Been
Michael.
great to have you on the show, Gay.
Okay, Michael.
And join us next time for lesson number 3 from Jean's wonderful little powerful book. And we'll see you next time. Bye
Thank
bye for
you.
now.
Bye.